So today in quick recap series we will study about the laws of motion. Alright, there are three laws of motion. First law is also called as law of inertia, and according to this law every body continues in its state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled by some external force to change that state. It means that if a body is at rest, then it will try to remain at rest. If it is in motion, it will try to remain in motion unless you are applying some external force on it. Okay, here state means it is at rest or it is at motion. Okay, this is not the state of solid, liquid or gas. This is the physical state. Okay, so now see, in here there is one term inertia. So what do you mean by inertia? Inertia is nothing but an inherent property of a body by virtue of which it opposes any change in its state of rest or uniform motion. Means inertia is basically an inherent property. Inherent means any property or any quality of an object which is already present in that. You are not giving inertia to any object. Okay, it is the inherent property is already present in each and every object. So because of that property, the object tries to oppose the change. Okay, so that law is also called as law of inertia. So this is your first law of motion. Now there are three types of inertia: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Inertia of rest means if a body is at rest, it will try to remain at rest. Inertia of motion means if a body is in motion, then it will try to remain in motion. And inertia of direction means if a body is moving in a certain direction on a straight line, okay, and if you are trying to change the direction, then you will feel a force which is acting opposite to that motion. Means if the body is going in this way and you are trying to turn it in this direction, so you will feel a force which is acting in opposite direction of this motion. Okay, so that is due to the inertia of direction. Okay, so this is your first law of motion. Now come to the second law of motion. Second law of motion, it states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the unbalanced force acting on the body, and the change in momentum takes place in the direction of the unbalanced force. Okay, here there is a term unbalanced force, because we know that in case of balanced forces the object doesn't move. Okay, so for movement you need unbalanced force. Now according to this statement we can conclude that F is equal to F is directly proportional to dP by dt. Alright, where P is the momentum which is equal to m into v. Now that if P is m into v, then dP will be equal to m into v minus u, where v is final velocity, u is initial velocity, m is the mass of the body. Okay, so I am keeping this dP value in this equation. So F is directly proportional to m into v minus u upon t. Now see, v minus u upon t is equal to a according to your first equation of motion. Alright, the video is there in the channel, you can watch. Therefore the F is directly proportional to m into a. Okay, this is equal to your a. So F is directly proportional to m into a. Now directly proportional sign, if I have to convert, then I have to put a constant. Here k is that constant. So F is equal to k m a. For k equal to 1, F is equal to m into a. So basically this is your second law of motion's expression. Okay, so this is your second law of motion. So now come to the third law of motion, which is the last law of motion. According to this law, to each and every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, this is very simple law and extremely important. Say for example, this is a wall and we are hitting with a hammer. Okay, so if we are applying F force on the wall, then the wall will also apply the same amount of F force on the hammer. Okay, so this is basically a third law of motion. Okay, so there are three laws of motion which are already explained in this video. So now if you have any doubt or any queries, then you can ask in the comment section below. If you like the video, then press the like button. Otherwise subscribe the channel and share the video with your friends. Okay, thank you.